Hello, uglies. It's Desmond,
And Creasia.
and welcome back to the channel.
Ooh.
And today we are here to discuss the final two episodes, 9 and 10, of the sixth season of the Boulet Brothers Dragula. But before we get into it, I want to remind everyone to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers and would love to reach it as soon as possible. So, make our wish come true and subscribe. So, what did you think of the final two episodes of Dragula?
These were really good episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Really good episodes. Um, they're doing the other show format kind of with the finale here, which was like, okay, great, fantastic, yay. But, you know, just kind of like get to the point. Let's
They
do
did
the
that
floor
last
show
year
and call
too.
it
I'm
a day.
like, I get it. We need to fill time, but we can fill time with something else, please. Gosh.
Right. Cause I'm like, you could have did like you did for some of these other ones where, the floor show also included a lip sync,
Something.
which would have been a little bit more entertaining for me.
For me, the final two episodes were really good. And overall, I think we had the correct winner. Although I was rooting for Grey Matter as well.
Right.
Especially like looking at my notes for the finale. Gray could have took it if they wanted to pull the plug, but my girl
Right.
Asia, she deserved it as well. Um, but yeah, the final two episodes were really good. Overall, this was a great season. I feel like much improvement from five, and much improvement from Titans one. And then I love the tease, the little tease for the next Titans. I'm like, oh, you want to play with some Titans? Hold on. What? Say that again. You want to play with
I
some
was excited
Titans?
for that.
Do we need to make a wish list? Cause I got a good 10 monsters I would love to see come back. But that's for another time. Let's go ahead and get into these final two episodes. We open up with the Boulets welcoming us in, as always, in their lovely home. So the
Yes.
monsters enter the workroom. They congratulate Yuri for getting the win, and they start discussing on who should come back between Auntie and Pie. Auntie enters the workroom and immediately gets on my nerves again. I don't know what happened beginning of the season. I'm like, yeah, Auntie. End of the season, I'm like, okay, Auntie, please be quiet. Please be
I
quiet,
think
Auntie.
'cause they started letting their flag fly.
Yeah, and I still love me some Auntie. I would love to meet Auntie one day, but like, I was like, ooh, Auntie, be quiet. Please, Auntie, please. So they talk about
Hmm.
that extermination, and yeah, I would have been no good. I love the little RIP for Pie here. I thought that was funny. And it's good to know I'm only a year older than Pie. So Yuri and Pie have this cute little moment here, and it just I was like, oh, Yuri, you do like not Pie, Lord. Yuri and Auntie have this little moment at the beginning. And I was like, oh,
Right.
that is so sweet. Fast forward to the cauldron later. But for the moment it was really cute. The alarm goes
Yeah.
off and the Boulet brothers pop up on our screen. So they announced that this week's challenge is inspired by Dead by Daylight. I had to Google what that was. But they had to first of all design a look based on a urban myth and
Mm-hmm.
create a signature, like, what do you call it? Kill move. Almost said finisher move.
I think they called it a finisher.
No, I think that's just me being a wrestling fan. I think they called it like a kill shot or something like that. But it has to be based off of an urban myth.
Mm-hmm.
And if you win this week's challenge, you will be part of the DLC package that's already going to include both of the boulets for Dead by Daylight. I was like, okay, come through. Gonna get put in a video game? Now, this is the type of stuff I like.
Hmm.
Now, they did mention that there is a fright feat that probably would have had me sent to the house. Put your hand in a case full of tarantulas and find the game cartridge of Dead by Daylight. And they even stated, if you don't do this, you will go home.
Yep.
Oh, I will say this. I've already made it this far in the competition.
Mm-hmm.
So, as much as I'll be screaming like a little bitch,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, just thinking about it now, I would have put my hand in there. Whew. But just know, people from studios 3, 4 down gonna hear me screaming. And I'm gonna need to talk to the therapist immediately after that because I will be traumatized. Immediately. I need to speak to somebody. They tried to kill me. So afterwards, Israel walks in. I thought we were going to get to see Cynthia Daw one last time, but no. Israel walked in. There's the tarantulas. There's the game. They had to do it blindfolded too, which that was the part where I was like, yeah, I might have had to walk out the door.
Well, I think the blindfold would have helped me, in all honesty, because to see them would have been like, ooh. But if I don't have to see them and I could just be like, okay.
Now, I did not show any of that traumatizing experience of them reaching their hands in there. Ooh. Ooh. Almost had to skip that part. Almost did. I was like, I can barely do this. I can't do this. And I'm not even scared of spiders like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Destiny, she is terrified of spiders. Like, there were several times I would be at her house. It'd be middle of the night. I get woke up. Come kill the spider. I'm like, you see the spider? Yeah. So you came and got me? Yeah. Come kill it. I'm like, oh, okay.
You're the
Okay.
guy.
Okay. I will come kill it. I will come kill it. But she is terrified. That's how I am with snakes, though. Because it's been the opposite way. Like, we both saw a snake. I ran. She ran, too. To get the garden hoe and handle the snake. I ran away. So I'm like, good, we balanced each other out. You'll fight the snakes, I'll fight the spiders. We're all good. We're all good. But yes, so we see the monsters start getting ready for the floor show, and it's time. So, what did you think of the Boulet brothers this week? Our hostesses with the mostesses. And what is their score?
Hold on, I was itching.
Oh no, you're good.
Yeah, they've done a lot of SFX this season. They don't normally do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess this was them showing their true selves.
Their true selves.
Their true selves, the vampire selves. So it's not like it wasn't a look we hadn't already seen before, considering that that's how they killed somebody once.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the outfit. The outfit gets an A for me.
Overall, this is probably one of my favorite looks I've seen of the Boulets, so I agree with your A. This week we are joined by the winner of season 5, which, watching these 2 episodes back to back, because I watched it earlier this week, I just waited to watch both of them together. I'm like, why not just hold out and have Neo be like the special guest for the finale? And it just be them 3 up there, and then probably had Landon here. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we
have Landon on every season. Yeah. I love Landon.
Love Landon. So we have Neo Hua X, the winner of season 5. And also we have Matthew Cote. I know I'm probably saying your name wrong. I'm so sorry. But they are the game director for Dead by Daylight. And I love, like, even during the critiques, he was like, this looks cool, but I don't think your character will be able to go through the doors. Because we have Auntie's wings. I was like... See,
he's like, you got a lot going on back there.
Yeah, like,
you're not gonna be able to fit through the door. He was like, unless there's like a lot of cutting.
So, which urban myth would you want to recreate for this challenge? Ah, we should have known this was coming.
We haven't done it in so long. Oh,
No, we do it.
I know, but I don't. The thing is like I don't know a lot of urban myths.
For me,
Um.
because of my height, I think I
Mhm.
immediately would have went Bigfoot.
Mm.
Just with my height alone, I'll be like, okay, I am almost 7 foot tall. Let's play into it. I'll be Bigfoot.
Okay. Sexy Bigfoot.
Oh no, this would have been straight horror. You better like Bigfoot is already supposed to be scary. This would have been like
Mhm.
10 times worse than that. No sexy. This I would have gave you straight horror.
Um. Ooh, because you call me short all the time, I probably would have been the troll under the bridge. Hey, man.
Yeah. Because you are short. So up first we have Auntie Heroine. I love that they gave it like the game style and they were on there like it was a selection screen. I'm like, that is so freaking cute. Hold on, I have the urban myth that Auntie is. Auntie is a Pasaya bird. I believe I'm saying that right. But what
Uh-huh.
did you think of Auntie's look?
Been in Pate de Rolo from Critical Role. This was really well like made. But I do agree with like the game designer because I was thinking about it too before he said anything. I was like, what are you gonna do with those wings? Are those gonna be like a feature where they like open and close?
Like when
Do
it's
they
time to fight, do they
close?
just pop out? Like what's gonna happen?
Yeah, like is it gonna be in like a Mortal Kombat style when you're getting ready to like jump and leap and kill somebody, the wings pop out so you can float a little bit? Like
Mm-hmm.
how does that function? And then you have a tail, which I also would have made part of my kill feature.
Yeah, yeah. I was kind of shocked the tail had nothing to do there.
You would think that I played first person games the way that I'm talking about this, and I am so bad at first person games.
I've gotten better over the years.
But see, you play Sims. I'm
So do
just
you.
unimaginative.
I'm gonna say
I
you
do,
do.
I do, but I've literally been on the same section of my legacy family. They have not grown other than to have more
Well, if
children.
it wasn't for my YouTube channel, I wouldn't have so many legacies going at one time. And that is coming back, kinda. There's going to be an announcement about that at the end of the year, but
Yes, new channel.
it is coming back, kinda. And I have been pre-recording so that it doesn't feel so overwhelming doing this and recording The Sims, because that was the whole reason
Mm,
I stopped. It was a lot because typically we do this on the weekends, so it was just a lot to record the Sims videos, then turn around, make sure I got the screenshots, then turn around and turn
mm.
this on and off multiple times throughout the weekend. It was a lot. So that was the whole
Right.
reason I slowed down on the YouTube videos. But I've been pre-recording when I had time off or etc. Like I've been doing it for the past few months. So I believe I have a good like month's worth of content, probably even a little bit more at this point.
Mhm.
And some of these let's plays that y'all love that have took such a weird turn, but I love it. Like the challenge I created, the Simply Desmond challenge, it has
Mhm.
taken a turn that I don't think anybody saw coming. Hell, I didn't see coming. I didn't see it coming until it happened, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is what it is now. Okay, cool." I did not see this for Roman, my new heir, because I'm officially on him. Like he's grown now. He's doing his own thing now. So seeing the twist, and I was just like, oh, cool, okay, I can get jiggy. I can get jiggy with this shit. But anyway, what is your score for Auntie?
This gets an A minus.
This gets a B for me. I almost did what you did early. B, B, B. Just a B for me.
A B B B B B B B B B B B B.
All right, so up next, we have Asia Consent. Yes, ma'am. Give me all the ham, all the turkey. Go ahead and put some mac and cheese on my plate, some dressing. Go ahead and give me some of that potato salad. I want triple servings of everything. This is an A plus for me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh.
But see, she knew because she plays the game, so she knew what needed to happen. She knew what needed to be done. She took the assignment, she understood it, and she delivered.
Let me get on a competition, and there's like a Sims challenge. I'm like, oh baby, hold my nectar, okay? Because I'm finna have a good time. All right, babe, don't play with me. Don't play with me. But anyway, yeah, this gorgeous. Up next is Yuri. What did you think of Yuri?
I was like underwhelmed with Yuri, if I'm being honest. I did.
Just 1 second. I'm sorry. Asia was a winter wendigo, and Yuri is a mud mermaid. Sorry, yes. Continue.
Wendigo. Oh, Wendigo. Oh, snap. I know what those are.
Where did you come from? When did you go?
I know about a Wendigo. But of course, the only reason why I know about Wendigos is because I watched a Let's Play from a now canceled beauty, or at least used to be canceled beauty tuber. Not that one.
Honestly, I don't follow any of them, and all the ones I could think, there's like a handful of them that have been canceled, then uncanceled, but still kind of canceled, but not really.
Well, because the one that I follow, like, I used to follow her, I still kind of follow her friend, and it's more or less like, I keep myself there just to keep their subscriber count there. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it's like I don't necessarily watch either of their videos because one canceled the other, understandably and justifiably so. Because, you know, color of things. But then at the same time, I'm like, but I knew her before I knew you. I only followed you because I followed her, and she told me to follow you. And I liked your content, but now you've changed your content, and I'm not really liking your new content. So now I really don't want anything to do with you. And I just kind of ignore her. But I'll still stay subscribed to both of you.
Oh, about 2 years ago, I went through a sweep and unsubscribed from a lot of people. I think it's time to do that sweep again.
Yeah, it might be time for me to do a sweep because I've sat there and my content on my YouTube channel went from a bunch of beauty influencers and vloggers to now I have a bunch. Then it went through this small cycle of like straight up gamers. So like I have Markiplier and
love me some Markiplier.
He used to be Crank Gameplays, but now he's just Ethan. And then I am literally subscribed to all of the theories, all of the theory channels. But now that he's not there, I don't really watch them anymore because he was the whole reason why I watched. So now then there was like a whole plethora of like sewing content. So I had Bernadette Banner, Morgan Donner, Angela Clayton.
Yeah, I don't think YouTube knows what to put on mine because just like you, I've gone through so many different eras. And I'll see a video. I'm like, oh, I remember when I was so obsessed with insert object here. And,
right.
And I'm like, well, let me watch it. And then now, you know, there's 50 more of them. I'm like, hi. I'm not sure if I'm ready to jump back into that fixation, but it's good to know it's there. It's good. I see y'all.
Like Bernadette Banner, Angela Clayton, and Morgan Donner can stay, even though Angela Clayton only posts like 3 times a year now. But she's got a lot of personal things going on behind the curtain that she doesn't necessarily talk about, but I understand she's going through. So I'm like, no, I'm going to stay here. Like, duh. And it's sewing content. And then on TikTok, you know, when the Eras Tour was going on, somebody was doing the little beading thing. like the beading embroidery, and so I subscribed to one of those
Yeah.
channels. Then I got into makers really good, so there's still Nick Zametti, Kate and Evan, or Evan and Kate. I'm still subscribed to Mr. Kate, even though they don't necessarily post that much. Peter Brown, I'm still subscribed to him. and then and now I've just been like on this huge Critical Role thing, and so I'm subscribed to Critical Role. And then I had a former friend suggest a podcast that I subscribe to but don't listen to. And then there's Jeff Dunham and a bunch of comedians and a couple of musicians like Ariana Grande pops up. And then, because of COVID, there was the late night show with Jimmy, whose name I can't seem to remember all of a sudden. He's best friends with Justin Timberlake. But yeah, like my YouTube channels are like crazy, but like number one right now is still Critical Role because that's just been my fixation for the last 365 days.
I don't know what my number one is. I would run into my living room to see what it is real quick. But I
You can
have a
check on your phone.
Huh?
You can check on your phone.
The phone will tell you too? Let me see.
It'll be like one of the first little dots on your subscription bar at the top.
Gotcha. Oh wait, this is our channel. Let me switch over to my channel.
Right.
Alright, let's see.
And then I still have.
Okay. So my top one is Grace Randolph. She follows. She covers a lot of movies. She does reviews. She interviews the cast. Love her so much. She does movie math every Sunday. Like, it should be going live relatively soon if it haven't already. No, it ain't going live yet. So it should be going live relatively soon. And then there's Little Simsy, of course. Got to keep up with my Little Simsy.
I still do Little Simsy, still do Deligracy, still do...
Behind that is T.S. Madison because I have to turn in for the pretty hot ass gossip.
Uh-huh.
I love that. And then we have Fake Gamer Girl. She's another simmer. Oh, how do you say your name? Tata Games. I hope I'm saying your name right, sweetie. But she's someone new that I recently got into. Love Tata Games. And then Ring the Bell, which is a women's wrestling podcast. Because me, I love my wrestling.
On my TTRPG whole thing, there was another one that I was.
Dimension 20 don't post a lot on YouTube, so
no, they don't.
Now, if Dropout
they are trying really hard to freaking reel me in because I did not know that there were in-game mances, that there were couples going on the one that you happen to be fixated on right now. And that was the only reason why I had started watching Critical Role to begin with, was because of the Ford and Jester engagement thing last October. So now I'm sitting here and I'm looking and Brennan's character and what's her name, Erica's character, and the black girl, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? What happened? Now I need to watch because I want to see what the heck happens. But of course, I'm only on episode 3.
Yeah, I'm finished with season 2. I finished it yesterday
because I'm not the type of person to just jump in mid-campaign. I have to watch from the beginning.
Same. And I think that's what got me to go back and watch The Bad Kids. What is it? Something High. I forget the name of the campaign, but they've done several seasons of it. I saw a clip that on there, and I just finished Dungeons and Drag Queens, and I'm like, okay, this was cute. I enjoyed my time here. I am going elsewhere. And that I saw a clip, and I'm like, who are these bad kids? Wait a minute. Why do you hate your stepdaddy? Let me go see why you hate your stepdaddy. Let's go.
Right? Because Dungeons and Drag Queens.
And honestly, they didn't get to the whole stepdaddy thing. I didn't realize there was multiple seasons. I'm like, we didn't get to the stepdaddy thing until like season 2. But baby, I was fully invested.
Right? No, I pulled in because, like, what got me watching TTRPGs in the first place was Dungeons and Drag Queens because I saw it advertised on YouTube from Dimension 20. And then I think I fell asleep in the middle of it. And when I woke up, it was Abria Iyengar doing Exandria Unlimited for Critical Role. And then a lot of the whole Jester Ford engagement thingy from the live show popped up, and I was like, oh, that looks fun. I want to see how that happened. And I was like, well, who are Jester and Ford? Well, they weren't in campaign 1, but they were in campaign 2. So I watched campaign 2 from front to back through COVID. And I did that while I was on Christmas break. I did a whole 145 episodes in 2 weeks. Because I was just had it going 24 hours a day.
I have plans to start, but I want to get completely done with all the D20isms, which I'm good chunk of it done. But let's get back to Miss Yuri here. We took a quick dive. What is your score for Yuri?
We should do that. I think that might be what my new channel is. It's just all of our random just fandoms.
that works for me. But what is your score for Miss Yuri?
For Yuri, I give, God bless it. I give Yuri a B.
I do too. The arms is what kind of takes me out of it. I like the hands. It's the arms. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's the arms. So we're going to move on to Gray Matter. And Gray is a satyr? Satyr? S-A-T-Y-R. S-A-T-Y-R.
Satire?
Satire? I don't know, but it was scary as hell.
Oh.
It gets an A+ for me. Like, I was kind of torn with who should get this win this week. I do think Asia took it, but Gray was like, "Hey, I'm right behind you."
The funny thing is like the only reason why I even understand some of the verbiage, like the strength, the speed, the durability, the kill move. I literally only understand that now because I watch TTPRGs.
Yeah, that was something I noticed too. I was like, "Oh, I understand this language now. Love it here. I love it here so much."
I was like, ooh, that was a really high roll. Oh, God, that's my life now. I have like a really low charisma score. Just, yeah, I rolled a 10 on that.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just looking for a good DM.
Same. We were supposed to start. I was so excited because at my job they have there are 2 people who like to DM. There's one person who's actually actively running a campaign right now, but he's got a full table. I think he's got like 6 or 7 at his table already. And then 2 of the people that are at that table, one of them DMs, but she's kind of emotionally going through it right now, so I'm kind of giving her space. Because when I was like, hey, we should be in New York next October, she was like, yeah, it would be really nice to be there. And she kind of killed the mood for me. And I'm like, I'm happy right now. I'm out of my depression. And if you're trying to jump into yours, you're not about to kickstart mine again because it's going to be Christmas time and I'm going to jump into my own depression again anyway.
Honestly, I will say D&D and other situations, they have been really keeping me afloat.
Right. And I'm like, no, because I wanted to go to Ford and Jester's wedding, and I thought you would want to share that with me, and you're being really depressing and Debbie Downer right now, so I'm going to give you your space, because I think that's what you need. And then I have another friend, and they're like, I've never DM'd before, but it's not fair that your campaign got shut down before it even got started. I was like, yeah. Because I had a character. She had a backstory.
I mean, you can still use the character and backstory. I have I'm finna say you can still use it. I have like 3 of them that are ready to go at any given moment.
But I'm gonna go on D&D Beyond, and I want to try and make another character. I want to do, because the first one I came up with was like a wizard something, wizard drow something multi-class.
Listen, I typed mine down, okay, and one of them I actually got from ChatGPT.
That's how my character got her backstory.
I'm finna say one of them, 2 of them I think I did off the dump, like my brain. But I think I was talking to you and you mentioned it. I'm like, well, let me go get a backstory for just a random one. And I'm like, wait, I like you. So you're staying with me.
Exactly. So then the character that I created specifically for the campaign that I'm not in, because I created it for that campaign because I thought, oh, we're just going to do 2 tables with the same campaign, and then come to find out that wasn't what it was a half drow elf, and like I was like, oh, okay, cool, and she was gonna be a cleric, but that campaign got shut down. I know I can still use her elsewhere, I'm just saying, but now I'm really curious and I kind of want to do like,
yeah, I just checked. I have 3 characters ready for whenever time comes.
Right, and so now I kind of want to create like a rogue to paladin arc character. But right now in my head I'm trying to figure out if I want it to be a boy or a girl. What feeling do I want to get for her? Like, is she going to be like shy because the drow was going to be like real confident because her god was the god of illusion? So I was like, oh, she's going to pretend to be really confident and not really be confident. So now I'm like, I kind of want my rogue to be like Jester.
Yeah. So
really sweet, but not roguelike. Yeah. Anyways, moving on.
So, what is
your
Gray matter? Gray?
I agree with the judges when it came to like there's not a lot going on up top.
I get that, but at the same time, I think that's adding for those what do you call them people? Hold on. The furries. This is for the furry community.
But the furry community like a lot of fur.
Do they? I don't know. I thought it was Gray's take of making it sexy while still being scary.
Ooh. See, this is where watching What's the Safe Word gets you. Because
you told me about them.
Oh yeah, I think
I've watched a few of their videos. I know I subscribed. I know I am subscribed.
I'm still subscribed to them. No.
What is your favorite look for the week?
My favorite look for the week is probably how come I can't remember names all of a sudden?
I don't know. I know mine. This is very clear.
Asia Consent.
There we go. I agree. And the judges agreed too because she was the winner of this week's challenge. And she will be officially entering the game of Dead by Daylight. So, just like they do with every semifinal, if you're not the winner, you're going up for extermination. Which I hate it for Gray because I'm like, I don't think Gray should be there. But at the same time, I get it.
Right.
I get it.
Like, I understand. I don't like it, but I understand.
We're not going to go much into the cauldron, but yeah, that whole thing with Auntie and Yuri.
That was uncomfortable.
And weird. But for this extermination, they are playing a game. So they have to go in through and collect these little coffins. And each coffin is worth, I forget how much they were worth.
It seemed like they were like worth 50,
I
10.
want to say 50 points. I didn't write that down. Yeah, I didn't write it down.
10 to 50 points because
I know every time they get hit by a paintball, they lose 10 points.
Right.
So they have to go through, find these little coffins, get their points. Honestly, this is the type of extermination I'll be like, oh baby, I'll do this. Yeah, it's gonna hurt being hit by a paintball gun, but this is my type of carrying on. I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just my tall ass is gonna keep getting got. I already know it. I already know it, so I'm gonna have to find a lot of those little coffins so I can collect up as many points because I know I'm finna get hit.
Mm-hmm.
But we went through and we watched the extermination. Like I said, this probably been one. I think this has been my favorite extermination yet. But they gone through. Here's a little picture of the coffins right here. But yeah, overall, yeah, there are 50 points because you can see when one of them grabs it, plus 50 shows up over their hands. I knew I took that screenshot for a reason. But yes.
Look, and Yuri was on 50 for like a cool little minute.
Well, Yuri even said in the confessional, for the first half of it, I forgot that I was supposed to be getting the little coffins. I was just trying not to get hit. And I'm like, you know what? That's real. That'll be me. I'm like, whoa, wait, don't hit me. But I'm like, oh, wait, I want to stay in the competition, so I need to go collect these little coffins. Hold on. Coffin. This right here's a coffin. But we get to the death scene, and right off the jump, like, there was no suspicion. It went straight to the scene, Yuri. I was like, oh, okay, well, all right, Yuri. Do you think Yuri was the correct choice to go home here?
Yes.
I do too. It's good to see. I'm glad Yuri got a second chance on TV. And I feel like this was a little bit more in Yuri's element.
It was. I mean, you could tell Yuri was a lot happier here. She took the criticism.
I wouldn't be mad if Yuri decided to jump ship back and be like, oh, hey, I'm back. Kind of like with J. Jolie. Like, we know it's going to happen, but whenever she does make the jump back to Drag Race, I'm going to be like, welcome back.
Welcome back.
And say if she jumps over back to do Titans, I'll be like, welcome back. But yes. So for Yuri's death scene, I thought this was so funny. Drac was like, oh, you can go home. We don't really kill people. It's just for TV. You're good. Just go. And Yuri's like, oh, okay. Sure. Okay, I'll go.
You sure?
You see Yuri getting out of drag. Oh, the lipstick portion where she was like, oh, wrong show. Ah! I was like, I love that when she, wrong show.
That was funny.
That just tickled me to my whole spirit. You see them give her flowers, get on the van. Now, this is where I thought the van was going to blow up or one of them was on the van waiting for Yuri, something. But
when she turned around, I was like, oh, okay, she's going to get killed now, right?
Right? Now? No, not now.
No? Okay. We got to the airport, and I was like, well, maybe they really are going to let her go home. Maybe they'll kill her on the reunion show?
Nope, they just waited for her to get into air, and then kaboom!
Yes,
and I just love how she was like, oh, I have my whole life ahead of me. Boom! Oh, it was so funny.
Oh, the after effects.
Now, this year they decided not to do the final supper. Boulet said in an interview that the last year's didn't go well. So they decided this year not to do it. And I get it. I do miss it because, I do enjoy a good reunion. But it's not like I'm going to cry about not getting it. I'm like, yeah, let's get to the winner. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I appreciated that more, so.
So Asia walks in all by her lonesome as she is sitting there waiting to see who is joining her in the top 3. So Auntie walks in. And then Gray walks in, but threw everybody off by doing Yuri's little laugh. And I ain't gonna lie to you, it kind of sounded like Yuri, too. Like, if we didn't know Yuri went home, I'd have been like, did they send Gray home?
Because they were like, oh my god, really?
So the alarm goes off. And before they get to the main stage, we get a backstory on Auntie Heroine. Didn't realize how our stories favor, minus the whole cult thing. My parents wasn't in a cult. At least I hope not. But we get to the main stage where the Boulets are waiting for them live in person to let them know that, as always, the finale is 3 floor shows: filth, horror, and glamour.
Glamour.
And glamour! And the winner of the Boulet Brothers Dragula will receive a cash tip of $100,000, courtesy of them. So, they told them they had 7 days to prepare for this. I was like, oh.
7 days.
You're gonna die in 7 days. I just think of the scary movie, what was it, 3 or 4, where they parodied that. Oh, it was so funny. But yeah, so 7 days. I was like, oh,
of course, my silly self immediately goes to stupid Critical Role meme. 7 years? Man, if I had 7 years.
So they had 7 days, which in my case, that would have been more than enough time because I would have already brought in the look. So I would just have to prepare what props and other stuff I'm going to need for the filth. For the filth category. So after that, we got a little bit of Asia's story. And then immediately after that, we got Gray's. I thought that we were going to get a little bit more story than Gray's. But no, they're like, here's Gray's story too. I'm like, okay. So for the final time this season, what do you think of our hostesses with the mostesses, the Boulet brothers, in their finale garments?
This looks classic Boulet brothers. I think this is something we've seen them in before. But the wigs are better this time.
What's your score?
You know what? I give this an A.
So, I agree with your A. For the final categories, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to talk about each one, and then we're going to pick who was our favorite from each category. So, up first we have filth. And why did all 3 of them decide to do something with Boo Boo?
You know, I thought that was a little unique too. I was like, really?
There's other ways we could have done filth, but all of them were like, no, we're going to do feces.
We're all going to do potty humor.
And yeah, this filth was, I remember last year's filth was hard for me to watch, and this year's filth was just as hard for me to watch. There were times where I'm like, okay, I'm over this. I don't want to watch this no more.
I don't want to do this anymore, Grandpa.
It's too damn bad.
It's too damn bad.
But we had Auntie up first. Yeah, Auntie's was, to me, I'm gonna say this. Auntie kind of let me down in all 3 categories.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. You know, Auntie is, I don't know what happened, but the first half, Auntie was just like top tier. But ever since that win that she got with Gray, ever since then, it's just been slowly going, woo. But yeah, I was not a big fan. Like, hers, I could watch with no problem. Her filth, I can tell you, I sat through that whole filth of hers with no issue. I'm like, okay. Then we had, as you see, the cakes that were filled with worms. Then we had Gray Matter. This was gross. The Piggy Man.
I found that entertaining, actually.
Who took a bath in milk. Now, once the tub came out in the milk, I was like, okay, I'm good here. But up until I was kind of like, But yeah, and then not Auntie, but then Asia came out.
With a whole booty. A whole booty.
And I was fine until she started digging in that toilet. And in my mind, I'm like, I know it's not what it looks like. I know it's not what it looks like. I know it's not what it looks like. I know it's not. But my brain won't shut up. It is what it looks like. It is what it looks like. No, it's not. No, it's not. Stop it.
Your brain was like, it is. Oh my God, what is she doing?
But in my opinion, she did the best in the 5th category. 'Cause she did the most. 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 She did the most.
Yes.
We move
Horror.
on to horror. First we have Auntie, and this didn't really give horror to me.
I laughed.
I did
You
too,
wanna know
especially when
why
she
I
brought out that
laughed?
toy gun.
Yes,
I'm
because
like,
you know what movie that made me think of?
what?
Attack from Mars. Because they had the sound effect of, and I was like, oh, she's Attack from Mars Martian?
Yeah,
And then I was like, oh wait, this is supposed to be horror. Yeah, that wasn't horrifying
yeah,
at
I
all.
was a little confused because we've seen Auntie do horror this season. But I
Right.
guess she's fine when you give her a prompt. But if you just tell her, "Hey, bring a horror look," she's like, okay,
With
I'm an alien from Mars." Pew pew.
a hole in my head.
Up next was Asia Consent. Yes, ma'am. I love the devil on the shoulder writing the "end it all" note.
Right.
It was just storytelling. I love the storytelling of
The
this.
storytelling was amazing.
Yeah. Like it was lacking the scary part of horror. Yeah, the little devil on her shoulder was creepy looking,
Right.
but yeah, the storytelling is what sold this one. I'm like, tell me a story. I like a good story.
Of course.
And then Gray Matter. This was horror. This is how you do horror. As soon as Gray walked out, I was like, nope, nope,
It's a pinhead.
nope, nope, nope. And then I saw the cuts here and here. I'm like, oh, I know where this is going. No, no, no. Because this could have easily fell into the filth category too.
Huh.
But in my opinion, Gray was the best in this category.
I think Asia Consent was the best in this category for me.
Okay. And then the final category, which I can breathe a little bit now, is glamour.
Glamour.
Up first is Gray Matter. And I gotta give Gray some claps here. Because I was worried. I'm like, what is Gray gonna do for glamour? Because Gray really hasn't given glamour this whole season. And then they walk out in this gorgeous, beautiful, the extravaganza of it all.
Right. And then, they did the little flashback, and I was like, oh, yeah, they bookended the season. Goblin/Goblin.
Beautiful, beautiful. Then we went to Asia Consent, and
Ma'am. Like, all that was missing was a couple more rhinestones.
this worked for me. That headpiece alone
Was great.
Oh my gosh, she walked out. Like, I was quiet when Gray and Asia walked out. I was like, wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is the next level here. And then we had Auntie. Now, if she would have just kept this on, I would have been like, this is really good. She took it off. With it on, amazing. With it off, you could have kept that on. Unless there's a lip sync, and that would have been a cute reveal, but like, hold on. Do. But, yeah. But this headpiece, I love this so much with everything that I have in me. I love it so much. So after the final floor show, there we go, got the word out that time. The Boulets have their final deliberation with each other. And we talked about the tease earlier, but we're going to talk about it again. She's like, ooh, I'm ready to play with some Titans. Like, I know Coco Kane already came back once, but can she come back again?
And win this time.
Like, can she
Oh my god. I love seeing her when she's on my timeline.
Every time when she pops up, I am glued to my screen.
I love seeing her on my Instagram timeline.
And I love the friendship that her and Dolly has. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful,
Right.
beautiful. But yes, maybe if we get some time, we probably won't have some time. But if we do get some time, we should do a wish list on who we would want to see on the second season of Titans.
Ooh.
And, we've had a couple years since the last one. We can only go up from there.
Yes, no more pigs on spits, please.
No more relationship. Like,
Drama.
don't get me wrong, I enjoy relationship drama just like the next person. But, it was too much.
Yes.
It was suffocating at times. I'm like, I don't... Honestly, if we weren't reviewing it, I don't think I would have finished that season.
That part.
It was just hard to watch. And it was
Because
all
trust me,
season long.
because we questioned it a few times while we were doing it. Like, do we want to finish this or not?
There's only been a few that we actually just jumped ship on. No, there's actually only one, well, two, that we jumped ship on. It was Holland season 2.
Yeah.
As soon as Keta was eliminated, we were like, nope, no,
nope,
no,
nope, no more.
Bullshit, tomfoolery, rigor mortis, all of that.
All done.
And then the other one that we started but didn't finish was Mexico season 2. We did the first episode, but then everything happened left and right, and I finished Mexico. I can't speak for, but we just weren't reviewing.
I finished it. I finished that when it was Brazil. I didn't watch.
She didn't finish Mexico. So who won Mexico season 2?
I don't remember. I don't even remember who won Mexico season 1.
How dare you forget about Christian Peralta?
I thought Christian Peralta won season 2.
No.
I thought Carmen Farala won season 1.
That's Spain.
Oh, well, shit.
Oh, Lord. See. Oh. But yes, after the final deliberation between the Boulets, they announced that the winner of season 6 is Asia Consent. Do you agree with the crowning of Asia Consent?
Yes, I do.
I do
even
too.
Though it got spoiled in the most unlikely of places.
Oh, where did it get spoiled at?
TikTok. Of all places.
I never see Dragula content on my TikTok.
That part, I never see Dragula content on TikTok, and for whatever fluffing reason, it popped up, and I was like, "Oh, well, I'll be goddamn."
But yes, she got her bloodbath as she should.
Okay, and she's probably the first queen I've ever seen actually just like bathe in it, because most of them they dip in and then they kind of dip out real quick.
I was gonna say Neo did last season too. Neo really got into it. I was like, okay, Neo, do you need to have a moment? Do we need to leave? But
do we need to package some of this stuff so you can take it home?
But yeah, I completely agree with Asia winning. From the jump, I was a big Asia fan, and then she just came through and slayed it. She really did.
Right. Because, we knew from, episode 1 it was gonna be Asia Consent. That was the first person, even with losing her wig in the first 5 minutes that she was in the fluffing episode, we knew even then, I think we called it then, that she was probably going to be at least in the top 3, if not the winner.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say next year, I think we should go back to our predictions. Start new slate, because, I was so far ahead of everybody. New slate.
Clean slate.
So be prepared with season 17. We will be returning to that.
Oh, God, okay. I guess I got to watch Meet the Queens then.
But yeah, Asia.
You
did that, Asia. You did that.
Although technically, I did watch something, and I did have some thoughts because there were some queens on there I was real interested in.
Oh, this cast? Like, I watched the Meet the Queens. I didn't watch it the day it dropped. I watched it a couple days later. But there's a few that I'm like, Miss Susie 2, Miss Corey King, oh, Miss Lana, which I found out I was already following her. I'm like, I didn't know I was already following you on Instagram. Look at me. Look at me. Because I went through and followed them all, and that was the only one I didn't have to. I'm like, but we found out she's Lux's daughter, and I'm like, oh, they probably posted something together. And I'm like, ooh, you're sickening. Follow. But yeah, like, there's several queens on this cast that I'm sitting there. Ooh, On Your Nerve? Ooh, Miss On Your Nerve. Oh, Miss On Your Nerve.
On your nerve. Oh.
I'm like, wait a minute. I'm telling you now, she might be one of them 3 names I write down. I'm telling you now.
Ooh, Jesus. And look, and I did that completely independently because normally you got to be like, Creesha, watch the Meet the Queens.
I don't even tell you to watch them anymore. I'll just tell you, hey, the cast was announced.
But see, you didn't even have to do that, and I did it all by myself. So
I'm gonna say normally I just tell you the cast was announced. If you watch the Meet the Queens, cool. If you don't, you'll see them later. But yeah, that's all I got. Do you got anything else?
Nope. I'm so proud of our winner, and she deserves it. She and really can't wait to see more from them in the future.
And if it's true with them teasing of Titans, I can't wait to see that next year. But Creesha, where can they find you on the medias that are social?
You can find me at Creesha McGill. That's CRESHAMCGILL on all social media.
And for the last time, you can find me in the club, pocket full of bud, mama. But if I'm not there, you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you soon. Bye.